what could go wrong can go wrong. My iPad battery ran down. It warned me and I got sidetracked and it died. But we're back. In the meantime, I think I sent that message to my sister. Also in the middle of sorting out a care home for my mum. So that's taking a lot of my time and energy at the moment. Right, where were we about to go? We were going to go back, weren't we, on to the... okay, bear with me. Because I'm not getting any of... there it is. Sorry about that. Right, so we've gone from defibs over to... let me get out of the way. There you go. Yeah, I'm working off two different... I normally have all the tabs open at the front, so yeah, I see what I've done there. Right, let me just close that page. I'm going to minimize that page and hopefully understand this page. Right, I'm going to hit accept. Platinum Jubilee. 4.5. What? What? Council 3 meeting. So is anybody seeing this? Well, you're seeing the 3s, but you're not seeing the 4 and the 5. The 4 is to the left of the P, and the 5 is to the far right of the E. So, what the fuck is that? Is that some masonry shit? But you can't see it, apart from these bits at the top, because even I can see that. Okay, is North Walsham Town Council updating their street feast? Oh, we've now gone on street feast. This is weird. I think Jasmine is the one that is running this this web page. I'm sure it's Jasmine. Jasmine, is it you? You've got a long way to go, haven't you? In the sense of information on your web page. Is this what? Oh, I don't know. Is this what the 14 grand is going on? I thought it was somebody in Cromer that they were going to pay to keep this up to date. Right, anyway. Defibs, that was the... How the hell am I going to find this information on this page, I wonder? We also have a U. What does a U do? Okay. Come on, guys, how's it spelled? Right, that's... Right, here we go. Are we ready? Okay, let's go back to normal. What the actual... Right, sorry guys, this is completely now confusing me. I thought to find the defib information. Maps. I did get in touch with Norfolk County Council about the grit, and I did notice they did fuck all about it. Got an email, but it's not been refilled, has it? You know, the sandbox at the top of the slope precinct. Nothing. Would there be something that they would expect? I say they, the council or whoever. Should we be allowed grit boxes out of our tax? I.e., should this be a service that the North Walsham Town Council should cover? That there is just one defib operator that is supplying North Walsham, or is it best to have 2, 3, 4 different companies? But isn't that then having to pay out like 4 times because of the insurance and all that? Because it's then seen as a small business, isn't it? Anyway, I'm just right. See, I can't click on. Let's click on maps. Look at this. We've got visual, guys. Look at this visual. Look at this. Town council grit bins, seats and benches. They are writing up their inventory. This is their inventory. CCTVs. Oh, look. Oh, look. Okay, guys, I'm quite impressed with this. This is what I'm talking about. This works for me. Looks like the old-fashioned mapping as well. I can deal with that. Jeezy crazy. I have just realised. District ward, county ward, town ward. This is North Walsham, isn't it? So who are the... I'm going off on one now, aren't I? Right, let's do this. Let's do this. District ward. Is that going to take me through to that? Yes, it is. Okay. Wow, that's a lot bigger than what I thought. Wow. And look, all of that. It's going to be built on Suffield House, which I think now is no, it's gone. I know why, because it's further down here. I'm getting completely confused. It's come around this way. No, through this way. Oh, fuck me. Maybe I do need satellite. Right, okay. So they have literally sold off all of this. And the district east. Munsley Road. So they're getting upset over 360 houses built on this bit, and we are being hit with over 3,000, and not one person is saying a dicky bird. The hit we are getting with roadworks, gasworks, electric works, telephone. It's fucking miserable where we live around here. It's nothing. That's a lie, actually. There is a lot of things around here that I think are beautiful, and they're being built on, for fuck's sake. Ah, dear. Right, I'm going off on one. And this means that District Council is Lucy Shires. District East, I do believe, is... Can you actually see what I'm saying? Do I need to check in? No, you're not, sorry. Let me just sort out the next page, because that is not what I'm saying. Oh, it's these damn tabs. I'm struggling with having two different boxes open. Right, where are you? Okay, before I close this, I'm going to do one or two things. And while I'm doing this, let's have some music that we can... no, let's go to YouTube, because if we stick with YouTube... oh! Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to listen to this.
A relatively new sort of mechanism to discuss fatal road crashes. It is one of the but rather than looking at those specific crashes,
goes out into the, if you like, the public domain without any of that narrative. So I just wanted a bit of an understanding from the Police and Crime Commissioner, or maybe the Chief Counsel, as to why that very slight increase in domestic violence within that overall declining trend is there. Thank you.
Thank you. Sarah.
Thank you, Councillor Dock. Yeah, I'm always sensitive around percentage point increases and understanding whether that's just a variation within a plateau.
That's what you're sensitive about. It's just been talking about bloody domestic violence and violence.
Of change, and that's an area of scrutiny that I'd like to bring in general. My feelings on this through discussions with the constabulary and with other members of the public is that my sense is that this is an increase in reporting, which I hope and I feel, based on those discussions, may be an early indicator of potentially an increased confidence in reporting. But I really want to put a big health warning on that, because with anything we can't ever actually know, like fully scientifically, but you can't identify it is. But that's my sense at the moment. I know that the constabulary has done an enormous amount of work, both in training the response teams and training officers and staff in the DA Matters training, which was an outcome that was required, and certainly that's been raised at successive accountability meetings. I do continue to get not a huge amount, but a consistent amount of correspondence, perhaps 2 or 3 a month, of items of correspondence relating to domestic abuse and domestic violence. And for that reason, it is a very consistently discussed area of business. I hope that gives you some assurance on that.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Councillor Easter.
Can I continue on that theme? Because on Country File last night, I don't know if you ever watched it, but there was an article on there all about this new government's violence against girls and women, published in December. And basically it was talking about the fact that there's no mention in that document about rural areas. Now, we live in a high rural area, and domestic violence portrayed in that programme last night says that help is not easily obtainable, and it's not easily obtainable in Norfolk, because, as somebody said, if it's in Birmingham, you'll get a car within a minute. In Norfolk, if you're on an isolated farm, 25 minutes if you're lucky. What are we doing? Because that will start to reflect in our results. What are we going to do to protect the people that live, who are vulnerable, living in...
Protect your results more like, isn't that? You're worried that statistically it's going to look bad on you.
This is an area of business which has been a real concern to me, as I know you know.
I'm getting sidetracked, guys.
The need for, when we talk about service and responsiveness into our local areas, for sure that includes the blue lights, response times. But much more importantly, from my point of view, is how people are enabled to cope with and recover from these incidences, because we know that when you've got perhaps a less dense network of roads or public transport that you can then rely on, the ability to access those services is somewhat reduced in our rural areas. So I've been extremely keen to look for ways of remedying that. In this particular space, this is exactly why I've written to every elected representative about NIDAS. The work that NIDAS does, that multi-agency response that's delivered within the MASH, really does take care of those safeguarding aspects that you're sort of alluding to. There is an enormous amount of work done across every single ward in the county. It is an absolute truism to say that domestic abuse, domestic violence is no respecter of geography or class or any other sort of demography. It is absolutely true. And that's why I am so concerned to make sure that NIDAS can continue to thrive over the next sort of 2 years with uncertainty. That work is there. For sure we can do more because the need is so profound. And again, that's why I'm looking to partners to really reinforce and strengthen that proposition.
Thank you. Can't see any further hands. Oh, sorry, Sarah. in my wing. Yeah, Councillor Petikova.
Thank you. I think fly tipping, just going back on your comment, I think we need to look at our recycling centres, because I know the area, when it's closed, the area around the one in North Norfolk, we get a lot of fly tipping. So it's just something, whoever's. Shoplifting. Having actually caught a shoplifter
Where do I know
myself,
from?
and actually it's quite traumatic. You know, at the time it's quite exhilarating that you've managed to catch somebody that thinks it's okay to steal from somebody. Yes, the attitude. What worries me, what is being done about the increasing violence? You know, seeing people in a supermarket having to wear a camera for their own safety, it's just, is that really where we want to be going? I just wonder if we can do more.
At risk of sounding a little bit Teflon, but there's more to come. So the need to maintain shop workers' health and safety and welfare is probably the single biggest reason why retailers have talked with me. And that's because they absolutely recognise their requirements, their obligations as employers to maintain that for their staff on the shop floor. And that's why you see things like some retailers telling their staff not to engage with shoplifters, not to sort of go and deliberately sort of intercept them. My perception is through those discussions and correspondence that is directly as a result of their own risk assessments around, you know, how to manage the now inherent risk of shop work, basically. Because you're right, the sort of adrenaline spike that you get when you sort of intercept somebody is very unique. And it is also aligned with, I think, just how much pride there is in a lot of retail work. You know, the pride in making your shop feel welcoming, that it's clean, that the stock is really well presented, you know. But, you know, in the 90s, early 2000s, when I worked on the shop floor, the level of risk just was not the same as it is now. It's an entirely different sort of kettle of fish, really. So for sure, the retailers are really alive to that issue, as indeed are colleagues within the constabulary. So I do want to really stress, on behalf probably of the chief, I could sort of sense that those numbers are incredible in the national landscape. I mean, there are forces who would look on with absolute pure green-eyed envy at those figures, which is why I say they've set themselves a really high bar. But when I talk to the individuals who are developing or have developed and are now implementing that retail crime strategy, there is such a high level of professional curiosity and enthusiasm for working with the retailers, for really bringing that professional curiosity to that space. And I think it's that particularly encourages me in this. It's not to say it's absent from other areas of work. I've said here before how present it is, but it is absolutely sort of, it tingles with it. From memory, and I might just ask the chief to correct me if I'm wrong here or perhaps add to it. If memory serves me correctly, the previous 12-month figure, I think one of the highest sentencing for retail crime nationally may have occurred within that period, which from memory again was multiple instances, so that may explain some of the differential, but it might be useful. Chief Constable, if you've got anything to add, that might be useful on that point.
Okay, so in terms of the figures, they are right at the top end of performance when it comes to the country. When it comes to detecting crime, sometimes the detection will occur a number of months after the crime has been recorded, so there can be a lag before the detection figure comes on, if that makes sense. So it might be a figure that sits at something today might increase upwards. If I can just touch upon your question about violence, I mean we can't stand for that, can we? It's just not acceptable. One of my concerns about retail theft is it's all well and good us arresting offenders by the thousand, but there needs to be swift and effective sanction. And sometimes the delays in the court system means that the sanction follows quite some time afterwards. And we are having to pivot and get ourselves ready for a new approach to sentencing, which will see more of these offenders being managed in the community. Now, the contribution that the constabulary could make towards that is twofold. Firstly, in addition to pursuing criminal sanction, we can apply for civil orders to control the worst offenders. And we will particularly look at civil orders when it comes to those offenders who use violence to complement their offending behaviour. Those civil orders allow us, amongst other things, to ban these criminals from shops, from areas. And we have
just talking about this at the back there.
Continue to do so and monitor the offending. And what we then find is if the offender breaches the civil order, actually the sanction is often higher than the actual retail theft is.
Oh, stop thinking too much into it. Somebody stole, you arrest them.
About an hour ago, reference was made of facial recognition.
That's your job.
We do use facial recognition when it comes to retail crime. So all of the CCTV that we take from store detectives, we wash against the Police National Database, which has also a library of
which is why
photos
these vans have been out and about in big cities.
We do that for every
London. Where was the recent one?
From retail theft. And that, in part, is
they've been around taking pictures.
Behind the reason why we have such a high
facial recognition
rate as well. Doing our very best in this area, recognise the impact, and I assure you, when violence accompanies the crime, we'll particularly prioritise those offenders.
Thank you, and I wouldn't want anyone to think, it's not wonderful what you're achieving. It's just that violence aspect that worries me. Seems to be on the increase.
No, you've misheard.
Thank you.
We're giving confidence
Indeed,
in people to report more.
Some of the things you see on social
That's
media,
what I'd like to think.
Of these things going on across the country, I think it shows others that, oh yeah, if we go in the way that they did, we'll get away with it too. But it's a combined effort. The stores, with the measures that they take, the CCTV that's provided in the major towns, which I think is a good tool, and also where the business improvement district in the different areas where they've provided things like walkie-talkies.
I like this guy.
Shop staff are aware that the known offenders are out and about. So yeah,
stick to what you know.
Effort, but something that yes, Norfolk needs to be proud of, but we don't want to see it going up. Absolutely. I've got hands up from Stacey.
What we're going to do, we're just going to put it under the carpet, are we?
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner, the Chief Constable kind of touched on it a bit, but I'm wondering if you could expand just in terms of, we've had lots of conversation this morning around productivity and what we could do if we had more funding, but the report highlights, and the Chief Constable's just mentioned about broader system complications, changes, demand, and I guess my question to you is how are you creating that sort of shared understanding of demand and likely impact from broader system changes, both on policing, but in terms of key things in your plan, like impact on victims and things?
So just so I'm clear, it's
I might need to listen to that question again because that was quite long. Secondly, I have worked out that the sound doesn't carry over. So even though it's still playing for me and I can hear it, you are not directly hearing it, which is really annoying. Not quite sure how to rectify that just yet. Now, I've just been looking, because you know when we were at that mapping with the west, east, and so basically, can I? Yes, I can do that. So the mayor, Bob Wright, he's not going to be running for mayor in May, is the word on the street. Bob, I haven't seen you yet to ask, is this true? I don't know. Helen, the deputy mayor, I have also heard on the street that you do not want to be mayor. But I haven't seen you to ask. Is that true? Leaves us mayorless. But Bob has moved on to now be chair at the community shop. So let's watch this space. Right, the West Ward. So, you know, when we were looking over and it's like the defibs are on the east, nothing going on at the west. I'm trying to find out about the council defibs. That might all change, but at the moment, this is what we're looking at. So the West Ward is Helen, Eric, and Paul. All three of those I like. Eric is coming to the end of, I think he does it to keep busy as well as his gardening. Good for you. 20 grand. Paul Brand, I actually like the chap. I spoke to him a couple of times, done videos with him and little shorts on the A149 and the Station Road. These two guys I've not seen. I don't really go to them with anything. Well, apart from Eric to do with the grant, but 2 vacant seats. 2 vacant seats. East Ward, Paul Henridge, that's what I thought. Right, Julia Reid, she's a newbie. She joined before Christmas. She started with asking a lot of questions and making herself sound professional. I believe it's because she has done this before or something. I don't know. She's either been a councillor or a clerk or something. And her husband, Robert, who joined at the same time, again, I think it was that November time? Anyway, there's the video when they are joining in one of the meetings. Just got to look back at that. I do believe he has been a councillor before. Is that my understanding from my memory? Paul Walsh. I don't know. Don't know who he is from Adam. He just appeared one night and joined. Councillor Sammy Levy Khan. Sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. I don't know. Again, she just appeared and joined. Bit feisty. She is giving me the vibe of another councillor that used to be on the table. Yeah. And then we have Laura, who has been going around the east side looking at potholes and drains, I do believe, with Lucy Shires. I don't know, I've been doing something. Her work actually is in the her business is in the the word, it's gone in the park over on Memorial Park, the pavilion. I want to say chicken and cricket at the same time in there. And then we have Roger Smith, like Roger Smith, North Ward. councillor details to be arranged. There was a newbie that joined last month. Again, he's just turned up and walked on. It's like, are you serious? Are you just accepting anybody off the bloody street to be a town councillor? When public's not voting, the council's voting, and it's like everything is done the week before they sign up in public. Bit odd. Right, we have Town Centre East Ward. Terry, I like Terry. He came to a lot of the meetings before joining. I like him. He's a good one. Stephen Nichols, if I've pronounced that right. How many times has he actually sat at the table? Or did I miss this one? Who is he? When did he join? And the Town Centre West Ward is Bob Wright. What does Bob oversee? Right, district councillors. So that's all of them, all put together. West Ward, Don Birch, never seen him. She was helping out and was getting grants for flowers and whatnot. So I think she gave, was it 6,000? She got a grant for £6,000 for North Walsham in Bloom and doing stuff at the railway. Mel Gray, what can we say about Mel Gray? He seems to know a lot about water when it comes to what they're wasting. It seems to come across that he's gone to a couple of meetings to do with water, the water board and whatnot. Sounds quite interesting. One of the meetings that he was telling me about sounded quite interesting, but he doesn't share much. He doesn't hang around much. He doesn't make himself very available. East Ward, Paul. West Ward, Lucy. That's interesting because when I had to do, somebody came to me wanting help with their toilet, and it turned out that Lucy covered that area. So how can Lucy cover that area? Unless because she's county. So that's still another step up for her. So she's on district and county. Can she do both jobs? Oh, look. So Penfold, West Ward. It's so Penfold. Lucy Shire has gone to east. Paul Penfold is west. Not Paul, sorry. Penfold. Saul Penfold. God, that explains a lot. Right, I'm in a bit of disbelief with that. Am I though? Right, we're just going to carry on listening to this while I sort out a few responses to people. So yeah, let's have a listen.
Shared understanding where?
With broader system partners, so sort of the constable mentioned sort of delays at court, sort of broader sentencing changes. So I guess the questions around in your engagement with partners, how are you kind of creating that understanding of that demand impact longer term?
Okay, thanks for clarifying. I think my sort of slight hesitation was because it is there. Like there is that shared understanding. And I think a really good example of that was in the early prisoner release, which the county was to with so many last year. The ways of responding to that were already known and understood.
I'm going to leave
And the
you
impact
with
on different
this.
partners was
I will be
already
back
known and
because my
understood.
mother
And
has
those
called.
discussions happened within the local
Be
criminal
right back.
justice board environment in a timely way. Different issues and potential risks were sort of rehearsed within that space. The constabulary, probation, all the different partners shared what their approach would be, how to a certain extent it was business as usual type operations. It's just that it was in a different format, if that makes sense. So yeah, all of that was shared, and it does mean that the converse is also true, that some of those frustrations are absolutely shared as well. And so, as you would expect, that's why the working groups within the LCJB, the different sort of partnership spaces that already exist, a lot of those discussions, as I say, they already happen. I don't need to cultivate it because it is already known. I think my job is to a very large extent do what I can to maintain it, strengthen it, add more resilience to it, look at where I might be able to work with partners to increase whatever it is that they need in order to have better upstream effects on the constabulary. And as the Chief Constable has alluded to already twice today, the sentencing review and the impacts of that are going to be felt, not just within the constabulary, who will be at the sharp end of it for sure, but also other partners, not least probation. And they've got a whole raft of issues that they are currently sort of grappling with as well. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question. It is a generally positive sort of conclusion, but absolutely acknowledging that there is always, because of the changing nature of things, there is always work that we can do separately and together to improve things further.
Thank you. I've got Sue next, please.
Thank you, Chair. I think I read somewhere recently that 40% of crimes come under the heading of fraud. What type of fraud is increasing currently in Norfolk? And are the fraud awareness campaigns having a positive impact?
We are obviously having a report on fraud in the scrutiny sub-panel this afternoon, but it'd be interesting to hear input from the Commissioner. Thank you.
Well, it would be, but I'm so taken over by a discussion I had around courier fraud that's kind of dominating my brain, and I'm slightly at risk of overcooking that, just because I know, I've sort of seen and had discussions around the really impressive work that's been done at a regional level, actually, in addressing courier fraud. But so unusually for me, I might just look over to my right and see if the Chief Constable might be able to add anything to that, because it's a little bit dominant, and as you say, because it sits within that partnership space, I'd find that a little challenging.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, fraud is a term that covers many different offending behaviours. The most common frauds that we see in the county are certainly those that are enabled in the online space. So frauds relating to the purchase and non-delivery of items, banking fraud as well. But then we also, in this county, particularly with our elderly population, see quite a lot of the courier fraud that the PCC refers to. Effectively, that is where somebody is contacted, usually by a supposed bank or sometimes by a supposed police officer. It's bogus contact, requiring them to take money out of their accounts because they're sold a lie that there's an attack on their funds. The courier part is when someone, sometimes a taxi driver, sometimes a courier from another part of the country, then comes and collects that money and takes it away, and it's only later that it's found out that the fraud has occurred. And awful to prey on the most vulnerable in society, and those are certainly cases that we prioritise and target. And on top of that, that elderly population also can often be vulnerable to the offers of service payment taken and then the service not being provided as well. It really does take many forms, but predominantly it's the crime in the online space that I think is is the thing that's most behind that increase.
Right, I haven't seen any further hands up. No. Oh, sorry, come back to Stacey. Stacey just put her hand up behind you, James. I'll go Stacey and then you, all right.
Thanks, Chair. Commissioner, it's just in relation to, on page 129, there's a really interesting comment around the seasonality of hate crime and sort of a perception that, you know, at particular points in the year we see sort of an increase and then it drops off. I guess I'm curious from a data perspective, actually, how much we understand about that and why that might be occurring, whether that sort of aligns with kind of cultural or religious celebrations at particular points in year, or whether that just happens to be a particular trend that we've not sort of discovered yet.
If I may, I'm going to defer answering that directly, and that's purely because I've got several conversations and meetings coming up around hate crime, because I'm looking to do some just very low-key sort of conversations with different people with different protected characteristics. So I would like to explore that further with the individual officers who are working in that space. I'm happy to provide an update by writing or an update at a later point for you, as might be helpful.
That would be helpful, thank you. James, come to you next, please.
I just want to go back to shoplifting, actually. Is any work being done on, once somebody's been apprehended for shoplifting, the reason behind why they're shoplifting? We all know there are gangs out there, which you won't get sensible answers from, but you will get a lot of people nowadays, because pressures on their finances are such that they can't afford to heat their homes, etc., in order to feed themselves or something, they are going out and shoplifting because they see that as an easy answer, an easy way to get some money in. Is any work being done on that at all? Because
yeah, what's the statistics on that? It's quite an interesting question.
I think I've read too many reports. I know that there is for sure work going on within the partnership space around drugs and alcohol, substance misuse, and the effects that that has on retail crime, in effect. Just bear with me one.
What's going on?
Yeah, just to add in, so in terms of, it all depends, doesn't it, on the individual, kind of the cohort. So as the Commissioner said, in terms of things like drug taken on arrest and things like that, you're seeing in terms of the data, in terms of some of the out-of-court solutions and the different pathways that people are taken down and support they're given. Also, I'm thinking about, for example, on things like children, young people, in terms of youth offending. Again, there'll be a particular response to that to understand the cause and also provide a suitable response to those individuals.
Right, thank you. We are asked to review the quarterly update from the Commissioner, which I believe we've done, and look at progress being made, delivering for Norfolk, or the delivering of the Police and Crime Plan. Any recommendations to put forward to the Commissioner? Nothing specific, but obviously, Stacey, you asked for the information, which will be forthcoming. Stacey, you've got another ask, please. Yeah.
Commissioner, I wonder whether it would be a useful opportunity to review the plan in the context of the Violence Against Women and Girls strategy that was released in December by government, and just sort of have a look at how that might influence or impact your sort of delivery strategy ongoing.
Yep, at risk of sounding a little bit, I don't know, weary. I think you're right. There are a number of things which have happened, which we need to review the action plan on. The last panel,
Is she the Crime Commissioner?
Shrinking the workload because of the mayoral election and then the transfer in, and of course that's completely changed. So yeah, we do need to review
Sarah Taylor, yeah, she's the Crime Commissioner, isn't she?
Aspects, but not just on that sort of national provision.
Yeah, I think it's right. I mean, bearing in mind where we are from this meeting to our last meeting, as you say, we were expecting mayoral elections. We're now told they're not happening until 2028. That does indeed give a little bit more surety that, you know, you will still be the focus for the public in terms of policing until those elections in May 28.
Oh my
In the mix of all
God.
that, of course, as well.
So we don't even get to vote on Crime Commissioner
and what that
or...
brings, and when
So
it
she's sitting
you know,
pretty
when it
now as
happens,
well.
obviously how the makeup of this panel will function, given the overlap between when shadow authorities are possibly voted in and your term finishing in 2028. So it's all up in the air, but I think it's something we're all going to have to keep a focus on, and obviously we will presumably know more about future county elections, district elections, intercity elections, shadow elections to unitaries, and what those unitaries might look like. Who knows? But it is going to impact on the relationship between how we work, between yourselves and you, and I think we're going to have to keep that.
You fuckers,
ongoing,
you are keeping your
things,
fucking jobs as you're doing
unfold,
this.
because we get surprises what seems to be nearly every
I
week.
see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
So with that, no particular recommendations, but that is definitely to note going forward. Thank you. We'll move on, if we could, to page 148, and that's the information bulletin from the Commissioner, item 8. Sarah, anything you wish to add to your report?
I'm looking at this and then realising that one of the meetings that I wanted to just talk about isn't there, and I think that's because it's an internal one. So part of the action plan focused on the public voice proposition, which I know we've talked about before. You might recognise it because at the beginning of my term there was a discussion around the variability, the perceived variability of the SNAP meetings, the way that priorities were set in different neighbourhood. Yeah, so I can see a nod of recognition there, thank you. So you may recall that I provided the Horizons team within the constabulary with some funding to develop that proposition, and it went.
They're already doing it.
It was launched within
They're
this
telling us that
period.
you know, that we get to vote on it. They're already doing it. They're already doing the single unitary.
Which is,
I
so
see
that is
exactly
already
what they're doing.
exceeding the number of the size of the population that responds to the ONS survey on policing. So it is already achieving something which we hoped that it would. As I said, I've had a lot of engagement, a lot of meetings. I'm trying to continue with the workforce portfolio. We've got the Leadership Commission has now commenced, which I'm also putting time and effort into with my sort of APCC portfolio hat on. But I didn't want to lose sight of some of the internal meetings and propositions that are being developed here within Norfolk as well, because I'm mindful of a lot going on at a national level with the Home Office and the like, but I just wanted to flag that that kind of local proposition development is also ongoing.
Excellent, thank you. Panel, any questions, comments for the Commissioner on the report? No, thank you. So that's all as noted. I would say I do my usual and tried to promote the fact that you were due to come to Watlington Village Hall. Unfortunately, you weren't well, and then I had to try and undo all my Facebook posting and put everything right. And actually, it was the one of the parish councillors who highlighted to me that no, you wasn't coming, and yeah, and I undone that for you as best I could. So nobody turned up angry, which is good. But they still want to see you, so that's good. That's good. Moves us on to page 156.
It just normalises everything, doesn't it?
Program.
I like him.
And Joe, anything you want to say on the forward work programme?
Only just to remind the panel that the scheduled meeting on the 28th will now be cancelled. If there's anything in addition that panel members would like to add, include or change, and through you, Chair, the Commissioner as well, if there's anything else that could be added or included, it's up for discussion.
So our next ordinary meeting is down for April the 27th, and you can see the items we've got on there, and then obviously on past July and into next year with provisional dates to be confirmed, which I know is being worked on at the present time. Anything anyone wants to add as an item for consideration in addition to what we have? No. And the same from yourself, Commissioner, anything you would like to say? In which case, thank you all very much for your attendance. It's budget meeting is always not an easy one, and I think hopefully this year we've got to a point where we will make as forceful a representation as possible for the benefit of those in Norfolk that absolutely rely on the support and need from the services provided. So thank you all. Meeting closed.
Nicely done. Okay, meeting closed. I am just trying to sort out to bring Liz in. And it's been a little bit difficult than I intended. But that was quite interesting. That was quite an interesting meeting. Meanwhile, I've not got to any closer to where I wanted to be with today's live. It's coming up for 12:10, and I just, what have I done? I feel like I've done nothing. Okay, so we have this on screen. So this is the website that Rob from North Walsham Children's Day. We have a link. I'm going to reject all. Is this an emergency? No, it's not an emergency, so I'd like to continue. Right, so welcome to defib finder. Up-to-date information on defibrillators, locations across the UK using data from the circuit, the National Defibrillator Network. Is that it? That right. Enter your location to find the nearest defibrillator. To populate the circuit with the data of tens of thousands of asking guardians to register. That means the nearest defibrillator is registered to the circuit. So it's British Heart Foundation, NHS England, Ambulance, Resuscitation UK, yes. Yes. Proudly supported by OMAS. Don't know who you are, but nice. Right, we were going to go back to this because this is where, so we've got the Bluebell Pub, Elder County Park. Don't know where that is. North Walsham Junior School, North Walsham Infant and Nursery, the Atrium, North Walsham Sports, Poppies Day Nursery, North Walsham Community Centre, North Walsham Library, and the Salvation Army. So if you live over on the east, your chances of survival have gone up 100% to us on the west. I shouldn't laugh about this. Right, so that's one team that we know of. Okay, we're going to get rid of that page, and we are going to move over to the town council. I've already been to the town council website this morning, and we're now going over again. It's a lot better than what it was. I had no idea what was going on with it before. But it's sorted, whatever that was. Look at that, look. I wonder what year that was. Because I don't recognise in the last 2 years. My dog is having a drink. Right, what are we looking on here for? Oh, I remember. I think I might have spelt that wrong. Nope, no, we're good. Right, we went on to maps, didn't we? Are you still with me? Cool. Hi, who's watching? Liz, if that's you. Check your email, girl. Otherwise, hello. Where are you from? Who knows? Let me know. Anyway, we are on the hunt for defibrillator. See, the council bins, yellow, the green ones are county. Isn't that bizarre? How bizarre, how bizarre. Right, here we go. Well, what's going on now? Sorry, another meeting has just started up on the council website, YouTube, because I didn't click out of it. So it automatically went on to the next one. And I don't think you heard that. Right, this is, how can we, oh, there it is. Right, so this is the council. This is the council map of where they are, and the council provide the running costs of these with another company. That's my understanding. If I'm wrong, correct me. So we have the church, right? We have Black Swan Look there. We have one, I would say the pub. I would say that was King's Arms pub. This one, is that hairdressers? What is that that's there? Yeah, that's that. Over here, I think that's the Salvation Army area. Council doesn't have one. Let's come out a little bit because I've lost. The community centre has got one. So does that mean the community centre's got two? Or is that just registered the same one? Right, we have one at Cromer. What on earth is this place? What's this place? And again, I cannot change this map, I don't think, to satellite. Right, anyone recognise that? Church. That's the church, isn't it? That's Cromer Road. That's the precinct. Right, sorry, I thought I was on Cromer Road further down. Bloody hell. I thought we had three. Did I not see three? Right, here we have, if I click on it, does nothing. Outside. Right, let's zoom in and see where these places are. So we have Elsham Road, Cromer. Right. Right, that I would assume is the North Walsham Football Club. Because no, that'd be across the road. What the fuck is this? So you're telling me it's in the middle of a field? A defibrillator in the middle that I can't even pronounce right, in the middle of a bloody field. Right, that one is Rossi's, isn't it? Ah, there's the other one. Waitrose. Oh, Waitrose has got one. Right, so the west, you will have more chance living on the east than you would the west. Right. So that's interesting. So Paul Brand, Councillor Paul Brand, Councillor Eric Stewart, Councillor Helen Richardson. We need more defibs over on the west, don't we? We need one at the, but you see, they could be in a different company. Well, that's not good enough. We need one at the primary school. It'd be nice to have one down near the bungalows. Maybe one round on Oak Road as well, where their bungalows are. I think that's, are they both flagship? Not sure. One of them definitely is. Yeah, the school. Probably the shop. There could be one outside on the shop, couldn't they? Yeah. But yeah, you've got better chances living in the east than you do the west. Says a lot, doesn't it? Right, so that's that one done. Now we are going to look at the next thing. There, again, Rob from the North Walsham Children's Day. Let me just find the link. I'm just trying to find the link. One more thing before I turn this page off. We need to sort one out for the precinct. So I think the North Walsham Business Association, how would we go about doing that? Because we've got no money, but how do we do in a non-profit community voluntary, because this is what I'm doing, to get one implemented there? That's the question. So if I can just find the link, Liz, that's okay, bear with me. It should work. Right, just bear with me because it's trying to work off two servers, I guess is what you call it. Allow, yes, that's fine. Right, here we go. Let's bring you over to show you what I am looking at. I think I've done it again. I've done it wrong. Sorry. I'll put you on to the map page. Right, we're going to get rid of the defib page. Right, we're back on here. I've sent an email. I don't know. Still trying to figure it out. Right, in the meantime, let's have a look at this. So the Norfolk County Council Family Information Service, Facebook. Free community defib. Application closing soon. The British Heart Foundation is currently offering free, fully funded defibrillators to eligible non-profit community-focused groups. This includes organisations such as faith, sport, charities, communities, parish residents, and similar local groups. To qualify, installed on external wall, accessible 24/7. So we would have to look at what wall it could go on, what business and what permission we need to get. Place 200 metres or more from the nearest public. Well, that seems all right, because that one on the, what's it called? Council one. No issues there, was there? Housed in a non-lockable cabinet provided. Cool. Registered the circuit, right? Supported. Who can apply? Right, successful applicants receive a defib, cabinet replacement pads and batteries and CPR training resources. And we don't have to, wow. Okay. People need to be aware this scheme only offers to unlocked cabinets. Having placed nearly 450 public access defibs across Norfolk and Suffolk, mine are nearly all in locked cabinets. Nearly all, right? The ones I have unlocked is only if the phone signal is poor in that area. When 909 is called, the operator will give you a code to open the cabinet, the defib. Yeah. Right. But the voluntary services can still access that, can't they? So we need to, right. Am I correct in thinking that we need to keep an eye on the defibrillator? Just somebody every morning, just check it's still there and not been used during the night, right? Oh, sorry, what have I done there? Oh my goodness, what's going on now? Right, so I've just clicked off the wrong page. So let's check out the application again. Just bear with me. Because one of the things that I'm noticing is there isn't actually a link. They've put this up. Oh, there's the link. Sorry. Right. There we go. Let's just get this link. Copy. Shut that page down so I stick to the same page. Server, whatever it's called, and then I'm not getting confused, basically. Right, here we go. There we go. I'll just share you over. Which is this one. Okay, are you with me? Yay! Okay. Apply for a free defibrillator for your community. The British Heart Foundation. Apply for a free defib. That's what we're now going to do. And need to sign in. And register an account. Right, that is the first thing I'm going to do. So I am going to put on a bit of music and sort this out. Sort this page out. And chill. In the meantime, I'm quite happy to watch something while I'm doing this, and I'm happy to watch live. Oh, this is bizarre. I'm not even signed in. Right. You just have to put up with my face for a second. Just bear with me. Okay, see if that works. No. Ooh, okay. Just going to do this. Let's find some good music. Hang on, Liz. Right, we're going to go in with this. Here we go. Enjoy. We are back. I just had to sign in on a few things, so that was that's quite good. Right, where am I up to? No, I've got no idea. Right. Don't need that one. I need this one. Right. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. Where are we up to? Oh, how annoying. Just got word that there's a few people going around town trying to steal our business association from under our feet. How interesting is that? Some people don't play nicely, and yeah. Right, here we go. We were going to look at... Right, so that was the defib, wasn't it? Right, I just need to make a sign in. Right, hang on, let's just find out what's going on. Let's find out what's going on. Okay, so interesting. Very interesting what's going on at the moment in town. We're trying to sort out the bits and bobs, and we have town clerk trying to sort out a new business association. Her and somebody else has tried to get our list of people. And it's quite interesting. How do we play this? You see, it's all about games, isn't it? Games, games, games. Right, so we have, right, this is an anonymous text. Hello guys, Wendy at council is talking with Broadland Travel. I think they're the ones next to the church, because I know was going to go in there, but to start on business forum, Davey has said to take everyone away from us. Control, egos. We need to get, oh, fuck it. Anyway, moving on. Let them carry on doing what they want to do. Right, so the defibs, I need to register on the British Heart Foundation. So let's just do that. Right, I'm making a password. See, this is where I need to start writing passwords down. Oh. Okay. I also need to catch up with the list of Christmas lights as well, guys. Right. Community defib is these details. Okay. Thank you. Word's getting out. You see, and I had somebody tell me the other day that I wasn't working with the town clerk. Yeah, we're at loggerheads, I'm afraid. She has got a lot of people's backs up and she's kind of got mine up a little bit. But I'm just trying to carry on and do what I am doing. What did I just put in as password, guys? Right, confirm password. I think that's right. Password and confirmation password do not match. Try again. It's so funny when that happens. I think so anyway. Right, I think that passwords now. Passwords must be at least 12 characters. Fuck's sake. And I wonder why people forget. Oh, come on. My computer's just gone weird. Right. Right, how many letters do you think that is? Okay. It's not that one. It's this one. Okay, cool. You see, the thing is they say it's not political, but yet, why is the town clerk running around trying to organise a new business association? Don't understand that. Right, I'm in. Right, save your password. Right, profile name. I am going to put the name as North Walsham Business Association, right, guys? All right. I just realised you are seeing this, aren't you? Aren't you? No. Right, I've already done my password, so I'm just going to take you over to the new North Walsham Community defib program to do the grant to get a defib over well, as many places as we can, but let's start with the precinct because there is not one at the precinct. Provide a phone number. Sorry guys, I am just going to take that off screen for a second. There we go. And I just need to confirm email. Sorry, Hayley, I'll get to you in a minute, girl. Email, wasn't it? Confirm email. Your email requires, well, you've not sent me one. Okay, here we go. Right. Just waiting for the confirmation email. Right, profile name. It's not, right, North Walsham. Yeah, I thought I spelled that wrong. Okay, and we've done that. And we've done that. Okay, let me just check my emails. You know what I need to check? I need to check junk in case it's gone into junk. It has. Okay, we've completed it. Confirm email. Right, we are in. Let me just refresh the page. Do I need to sign back in again? Right, I'm just gonna sign out and then sign back in again because a bit clunky. That's telling me I've not even registered an account. You can understand, can't you, why? Can't do anything else at the moment. It's completely clunky. Completely clunky. Right, let me just check spelling. I've just realised something. Username. Okay, we are in. Right, sorry about that. I'm just trying to find out if there's a defib down on the precinct in North Walsham, because there clearly isn't. I don't know. I have filled this form out twice and nothing has changed. So it's like I say, it's a bit clunky. I need to move that into that box so I don't lose it. Right, let's get out of junk mail, because junk mail is, well, junk really, isn't it? Right. So while we are waiting on that info, we can, I need to save that. Yeah, save that name. Done. Okay, that's saved. Right, the other thing I need to look at, but while we do, I am going to just check, because there was I don't know if anyone's been aware of what's been going on over at Worcester the last 6 months. I've not heard of any new development. Nothing seems to be happening over there as yet to do with the crazy acceptance of building a cold storage chimney 6 meters taller than the church. It's crazy. The tallest thing there is the church. I think anything higher than the church, you're taking the vibe of from a tourist point of view, a beautiful eye line of North Norfolk. You know, crazy. Right, what else? There was nothing, if you noticed, there was nothing in here to do with North Walsham Times and North Norfolk. Sorry, just North Walsham. The tractors, the tractor run, they did fabulously. That's a drone shot, LN drone shot. They raised over 6,000, which is absolutely fantastic. Let me tell you. The group Deputy Helen Richardson switched on the lights. Colin, well done, Colin. We were mentioned about North Walsham Business Association, but I don't think anything was. I mean, Liz spoke to them, but it's not been reported. This was a positive event for the town, absolutely. The North Walsham Town Council was pleased to work with North Walsham Christmas Lights team. Did you? Did you really? Really? One in, one out. I think Colin would have a lot to say about that. Hey, little boy. In a minute, hang on. And North Walsham Business Association to add extra interactive decorations with support from North Walsham Association to add extra interactive decorations. What the fuck? And Norfolk County Council and North Norfolk District Council with their Love Your Market Town grants. Don't know anything about that grant. Absolutely no idea about that grant. How do we tap into that, I wonder? Right. I am going to leave you with some more music. Hang on, you. Hang on. Animals. Honestly, animals. Right, we're going to go for a bit of... that's what we're going to go for. And then I'm going to come off and do some stuff. This definitely gets me moving about on this. I think I'm getting better. Right, here.
Don't you know, you're talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. Don't you know, you're talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. While they're standing in the welfare lines, crying at the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around, waiting for a promotion. Don't you know, they're talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. Poor people gonna rise up and get their share. Poor people gonna rise up and take what's theirs. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Oh, I said you better run, 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 run. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. Yes, finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution, oh no. Talking about a revolution, oh, while they're standing in the welfare lines, crying at the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around, waiting for a promotion. Don't you know, they're talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. And finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. Yes, finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution, oh no. Talking about a revolution, oh no. Talking about a revolution, oh no.
EasyJet's Big Orange Sale is now on. Get up to £500 off package holidays and up to 20% off flights.
Hello, 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 hello. Right, we're back. We are back. Oh, sun. Right, we are back. So I'm still waiting on about the defibs, if we need another one, if that's the case. The other thing is the North Walsham Children's Day to vote. It's quite a difficult one because there was a few things that came up on this link, and I will share this link. Let me just find the link first of all. Oh, and the car parks. Sorry, let me just copy this. We've got to talk about this. Please bear with me. Okay, this is lost. Where is it? Have I really? Oh, hang on. Sorry. Right, here we go. I found this quite interesting. Some geek, I suppose. Right, are you with me? Yeah. Okay, reference. This is to do with the notice, the car parks, and I think I've said it enough. I'm not quite sure how much has actually been heard from the town council. But North Walsham, Bankloke, Munsley Road, New Road, Vicarage Street are the 4 main car parks, and they are all paid car parks. They've not said anything about Hornbeam, because that got turned over, didn't it, to paid? Is there any others that we know of that's not listed here? So Bankloke, Munsley Road, New Road, Vicarage Street. Levy charges for parking between 8 AM and 6 PM, not exceeding 30 minutes, is 60p. What happened to the 1 hour free? Have we still got the 1 hour free? Or was it half an hour free? For parking between the same times, not exceeding 2 hours, £1.30. Not exceeding 2 hours. So there's that 1 hour. Or we can be there for an hour and a half for £1.30. And 90p subsequent to that and thereafter. Parking up to 24 hours, £6.50. Actually, that's not bad for 24 hours, £6.50 for one off. If you're coming in to stay for the night. I mean, you've got King's Arms Hotel, haven't you? Got the other hotel, but that's got the car park. For parking up to 7 days, £46. Jesus Christ. How much are there? I mean, you can see other places like Cromer and Holt, they're £1.45, £1.75, exceeding 30 minutes, but not exceeding 1 hour is £1.75. Are you kidding? And £1.45 in that's Cromer, Holt, Munsley, Sheringham, and Wells Next to Sea. That's so expensive. Oh my God. Cromer, East Runton, Haysborough, Bacton, Overstrand, Sea Pauling, Sheringham, Wells Next to Sea, Weyburn is £2.20. It's £2.20 in an hour. Short stay. We used to buy short stay. We got the clock every year for about the last 5, 6, 7 years now. We've had it for many years. And up until last September, we stopped because it went from £52, £53 for the year to £78 for the year. It went up pretty much 25%, if that's how percentages work. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous amount. That's just money grabbing. I'm sorry, but it is. That's just, sorry, I didn't get rid of that, did I? That is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah. Address given above, so you can no later than the 5th of February, the car park consultation. I think I've just took off screen too early, haven't I? No, it's still there. As you can see down the bottom there, you've got, actually what I can probably do is, sorry, what I can probably do is that, oh, stop it. That, and then I can put it in the box. There you go. Right. I don't feel like that's got all of the yeah, see if I can do that one, because that's not actually copied it all over. There you go. So if anyone has anything to say, click on that link that I have just shared. And say something about it. Unbelievable, isn't it? Right, so that one's done. Tick. Just got to look. Oh. Here we go. Oh, where's it gone? Right. Nope, that's not the... Sorry, I have now completely lost the plot. There we go. Sign back in. There we go. Right, that's the defib link. Right, here we go. Right, I have actually here we go. There we go. Let's take you with me so you know. This is the wrong one. Hang on. Bear with me. Bear with me. There we go. Finally. Here we go. This is what I need to take you have a look at. This is the link. And this link is to the Children's Day that Rob is asking people to vote for. What we have here is a list. Select your favourites of the Survey Planet. Select your favourite Norfolk festival from this alphabetical list. This has quite a lot on there actually. So anyone can click that. Anywhere in Norfolk, North Norfolk, I think this is all kind of covers. Of all your favourite events, you can click on and vote for them. North Walsham Children's Day came 18th out of 900 odd last year. So that's pretty good. bloody good, really, isn't it? North Norfolk Music Festival, North Walsham Beer Festival, North Walsham Children's Day, North Walsham Fun Day, North Walsham Live Aid. Right, so North Walsham, North Norfolk Food and Drink Festival, that's council. North Norfolk Music Festival, that's council. North Walsham Beer Festival, that's not council, that's another group. To do with a round table? Because it gets sponsored heavily from the round table, which is the Masonic Lodge. Is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. North Walsham Children's Day, North Walsham Fun Day, and North Walsham Live Aid. Now, I have already voted once before, and truth be, out of the Music Bear Children's Fun Live, for me personally, my number one was North Walsham Fun Day. So I voted this morning on a different device, so I was able to do this a second time. Unfortunately, you don't get a second, third, you know, like a first, second, third, because I would place things that I would think, you know, I think that'd be better, but it's not. So my first choice was North Walsham Fun Day, and my second choice is North Walsham Children's Day, simply because it's got bouncy castles, it's got animals and bits. It brings it all together with the police, the fire service. I think it's good for families. I really do. So yeah, that is my, get rid of that one now. That is my vote. So get there voting. That's the surveyplanet.com. Vote. Now write down here, vote for your favourite. And I can't see what I'm writing because of the, there you go. Right, vote for your favourite. In my little Norfolk way. Oh, I have put it up. There you go. So that's the second one. Right, next. I do need to wash up soon. I need to crack on soon. I need to get back into the world of living. I tell you, this computer thing takes so long. Right, the word back on the defib in the precinct goes like this. They removed it a few years ago and moved it to Orchard Gardens. Right. So, back on to the application form. We can now go forth. Here we go. Right, let's see if I can log in. Yes, I have logged in. Application form, please. Right, I will bring you over to the application form. Right, before you begin, your details, eligibility, defib, cabinet, defib. Right, before you begin, thank you for your interest in applying for defib for your community. Having a defib and knowing how to do CPR will give members of your community a better chance at surviving a cardiac arrest. Yeah. If you live, remember, if you live on the east, you've got a good chance than living on the west. And that's not being world political, that's just being North Walsham and East Ward versus the West Ward. This form should be completed by the person who would be the defibrillator guardian. The guardian is responsible for ensuring the defib is checked regularly and ready for an emergency. If you are not the guardian, there are questions below to add in their details. Who wants the responsibility, guys? Fucking hell. Right, where do you plan to put the defib? This includes the postcode. Whether you have permission to put the defib in this location, you might need permission from the property owner or to consider listed building regulations. Right, so it's not council approved. This is property owner. Okay. If you need help from British Foundation to install the defib cabinet, if you are, yes, absolutely, we do need help. Contact of your community group. Yeah. Right, bear with me. I am just going to right, here you go. Right, I have now shared that in group. So let's have a look. Right, back to the application form. If your application is successful, you receive the following. If you're successful, right, complete with pads and rescue kit, external unlocked cabinet. Following Resuscitation Council UK guidelines, this cabinet cannot be locked and any funded defibrillator must be kept in this cabinet all times. So if it gets, it can go back, can't it? It's just the pads that needs reusing, from my understanding. Really? You've had one used on you? Are you kidding me? I know what it is. Right. George, really? You've had one used on you? What's it like? Well, were you even aware? Right, resources are free online CPR training. So maybe we could get some of the staff in some of the local shops. What do you reckon? Who's up for that? Oh, sorry. That's actually right. Just taking that off. Replacement pads and batteries when required. Wow. Instructions on how to register your defib on the circuit. Register your defibrillator on the circuit immediately after installation, I mean. If your community group is successful after the defib has been delivered and installed, your group will own and be responsible for the defib. This includes storage, maintenance, requesting pads and batteries. DHF are able to help you do this, Old British Heart Foundation, but the group will retain ultimate ownership and responsibility for the device. We review and respond to applications every month. We will let you know if application be successful within 8 weeks. Right, please confirm you have read and understood this information before continuing. Yes. Right, now, we need to sort out the name, the organisation name. So Liz, with the application of the defib, if we can get one in the precinct, we need a name who is the sole owner, like the upkeep. Who do we put forward? I don't mind. Do you mind? I don't mind. But then there's the organisation name, which I think can then be North Walsham Business Association. Either my email or your email, I think, for that, and the telephone number, whoever chooses. I think business association address. That's where I'm up to with looking at it at the moment. What do you reckon? Going through the application. Hello, everybody. Right, I am going through the application, and to get a defib, we can get one free, and it can be looked after with the support from the British Heart Foundation, but we need a name for who holds responsibility. And also, so me and Liz at the moment are sorting that one out. The question I ask for everybody is, if we have one on the precinct, it's going to be an unlocked box because it needs to be accessible. Where would we all think this needs to go in the precinct? What wall? Because what it actually comes down to is the permission of who owns the wall, i.e., the property owner. It's got nothing to do with the council. We don't need the council approval, but all we need to do is let them know that it's there, and also let know the circuit, because there's more than one mapping service out there, so we need to kind of get the mapping service sorted a little bit better. So it's maybe the council can do that on their website, maybe update, because I think it's good information, and I think they should lead on this one with that information, because if you go on their website and look at maps, I like it. I like what they've done. But anyway, getting back to what I said earlier, can I have ideas, please, of where this cabinet would be appropriately placed? See what happens. See what happens. Right, so I'm just waiting on this again, which is fine. Not waiting around, isn't it? Training. Hello again, only me. Also, we can get free CPR training through the British Heart Foundation as well. So anybody that is in the business, does any of your staff, it might be good for your business, but is any staff that wish to put their names forward for CPR training with how to use not only first aid, but to use this defib if ever it comes to needing to use, please let me know. Oh, and they do also put it up, and so no one has to worry about drilling it to the wall. Right, so that's that one done. The other thing I needed to do was, I don't think I've got an email back from the police, you know. Right, Graham, where are you? Right, I have not received a email back from him. Right, I just had an automatic reply on the 9th of January. Right, we also have Leeway's domestic violence seminar. Anyone can join. There was links put out for people to join up within the work association. So again, hopefully that'll be a good turnout. I think four or five of us have signed up for that from within the businesses. It's domestic abuse awareness course with the Leeways, which is County Council. What else have we got? That's it. That is it. That is all we are up to with the police. Pretty. Right. I think I am going to stop, go for lunch, get my head back together and find out where we need to go with this. I also need to learn more about how to screen share because I want to invite the chair, Liz, over so we can go through these application forms together and to show what they're really like and how easy some of them are and how difficult some of them are. But at the moment, I am going to leave it there. So I might be back this evening to carry on doing this. I will spend the next few hours trying to sort some stuff out. And then, yeah, I'm going to sit down this evening and hopefully have the brain power to do this. And if you're not doing anything, you're more than welcome to join me. Either in the comment section or beside me. I'll leave it to you. Right. I'll speak to you later.